Welcome, Volta users. In this video, we're going to see how to use the Mastery booster cards, the first feature in the bento boxes on the Volta main page. Well, we click directly into the Mastery booster cards and go to observe them. As you can see on the first page, what you have is the different chapters. And for each chapter, you have the percentage of completion that you have obtained for the chapter itself. This quickly shows you where you stand in your overall preparation of the theory for the PMP exam. These topics include the full extent of what you need to know for the PMP certification, and it is based on the exam content outline from PMI, the famous eco that you can download from the PMI website. If you open these, you will notice how inside each topic you have several different subchapters. And each subchapter include the topics that you need to learn. And while you can see the overall percentage of completion for the chapter up on top, you can see the partial completion of each subchapter as you proceed. So I can see, for example, here that I've completed 100% of the identify and engage stakeholders, but only 20% of the understanding stakeholders. And I haven't even started with the project roles. So I know where to go in order to proceed with my learning. Let's say I decide to dive into the understanding stakeholders, so I can click on it and open it up. And here you see the different topics which are included in the subtopic. The blue are the topics that I have already completed, while the gray ones are the ones that I still need to complete. So I can open one. For example, I'm curious to understand about the power interest matrix, so I can click on it and open it up. As you can see, the topic will unfold as you open it, and up here you will notice that there are these two key buttons. The first one relates to your knowledge of English. If you are uncomfortable with English, maybe it's not your mother tongue, you can translate this text to the language that you have set as your preferred language. The first time you will click on it, it will offer you a list of languages which you can change in the settings. If I want to go back to the English, I just click on the same button again and it brings back the original text. This other button that you can see here is the export button. If I find that this explanation of the topic is useful for me and interesting, I can choose to export it and access it then in a different manner. I can either just copy the text and then I can paste it wherever I want. I can download a PDF of this text and save it on my computer. Or if I'm, for example, on the go and I just want to save it for myself, I can click on email and this will send me an email with the content of this particular topic included into it. This is a good way to quickly have key topics accessible, and you can then read them or send them to a colleague and then have the definition there. The other useful feature that you have here is the AI feature, where you can interact with the AI on this specific topic, AI which is trained in the particular PMP topics. And very importantly, there is this button here that you can click on in order to ask the AI to create a question which is modeled around the questions at the PMP exam. And as you can see, it's created an example question for the PMP exam. And of course, I can then interact with the AI directly here and ask additional questions on the matrix. For example, I can click on the button here and ask it, can I have a third dimension in this matrix? And then I can click and it can give me then an answer. In this particular case, it tells me I could, for example, add additional influence or urgency related information. However, the key structure is the one that we typically use. So this is how you use the specific card. And remember to go through, now it's made it blue because I've completed this one, and you can go through the different topics, as you can see, of the whole PMP exam certification. Another important aspect here are these topics here up on the top. As you can see, these are the latest ones that I have just gone through. In the example that I gave you, for example, I looked at the power interest matrix. So if I'm interested to go back to that, I can just click directly here and go directly back to the same topic that I saw. Another important feature relative to the Mastery Booster cards is actually on the main page. So I can navigate back to the main page, to the home page, and it is here in the AI chat button. Essentially, the last Mastery Booster card that I have observed is analyzed by the AI, and 3 different questions relative to that topic are created. So the AI itself creates questions for me to dig deeper into the Mastery Booster card itself. So for example, I could see what does the power interest matrix help to access, and I can click on that and I can now interact with the AI on that specific topic, and then move to the other questions. If I have other questions of my own, I can simply type them into the chat function.